Anyone know what thankless mean? What does thankless mean?
Unappreciated.
Unappreciated. Sounds good to me. Yeah, right? You're not, unappreciated. Great. So we donate another grain of rice. All right, let's keep going. Toss. Something tossing.
What if you get something wrong? What happens?
No, they don't take things away. I think you get additional chance. And there's like a limit in terms of what we could donate. But if each one of us do this on our own, we could all donate grain of rice. But for now, we could do this while we wait. Anyone know the answer to this one? Toss. Let's toss
Whoa.
in. Threaten, fling, reply, choose.
Fling.
Fling. Sounds like a good answer to me. Yay, we donated another grain of rice.
Oh my God. It
Argue.
resets normal when it's.
Yeah, we're just all sitting here and saving lives, which is
My bowl is overfilling.
all right. Sounds awesome. But again, feel free to open this on your own and do your own thing to donate grains of rice, or join us together and we could answer some of these together on my screen. What does argue mean? Argue.
What?
Does it mean dispute? Elect? Stare? Rub out?
Dispute.
Dispute? Oh, that sounds like it's consensus. Yay! Another grain of rice that's been donated. We're doing good. Allow, neaten, permit, brag, desire.
Permit.
Permit. Sounds good to me. And again, we did good. We donated so much already. All right, forbidden.
Prohibited.
And think celebratory, evil, prohibited. All right. Forbidden probably means like prohibited. So let me just click on that. Another grain of rice. Awesome. We're doing good. We're in a row.
Wait a
baggy.
second.
Baggy. What are you wearing if you're wearing baggy clothes?
Loose fitting.
Loose fitting. Sounds good to me.
And there's
Awesome.
food now.
Yeah, correct answer. We're doing good. We're donating lots of grains of rice. I mean, 150 to be exact so far.
Is this program really donating rice?
Yeah, so this organization works with it's UN organization, and they work with like people who donate, and every time you do this, they actually donate. So it's a real thing, right? So we're doing good. Manufacturer means what?
Maker.
Maker. Yeah, typically manufacturers are the ones who make things, right? All right, cool. All right, let me just pause here for a second. For those of you who are, give me 1 second. All right, so for those of you those of you who are joining now, what we're doing is while we are waiting, we are donating grains of rice. And this is real thing. We are donating rice to people in need, which is awesome, right? So UN has this site, right? It's called freerice.com. And for all of you, I suggest you guys actually use this because we're doing something good for the world, right? We're actually donating grains of rice. So far we've donated 160 grains of rice, which is awesome, right? So I sent the link. You know what? Some of you joined late. I might have to send this again. So in the chat box, let me send this link again. So feel free whenever you have time, and maybe you want to practice your vocabulary, feel free to join this site and try to do some vocabulary practice. And while you're at it, you're actually doing good for the world, right? All right, so let's do a couple more while we wait for a few more students to join us. Let's do a couple more. Plug means what? Plug. What is plug?
Let me.
Stopper.
Stopper? Okay. Let's try. Correct answer. Nice. All right. Meaning like plug, you like you're stopping something like let's say from bleeding or it could be from leaking, right? Grease means what? Grease.
If you know the answer, you tell it, mommy.
Again, we're trying to help the world there, right? What does grease mean? Something greasy. What happens if like engine is greasy or something is greasy? What does that usually mean?
It's slippery or something.
Yeah,
Unleash.
slippery, right? Correct. So
Unleash.
I don't know if you know all of these words here or not, but do you think slippery and observe kind of are the same thing? Observe,
Uh,
observe and
I don't
slippery. Well, okay, maybe not. All right, we'll come back to it. Lubricate. Do you know what lubricate means? Anyone know what lubricate means? All right, you know what? Let's come back to it. Do you know what unleash means? Unleash.
something. You unleash a leash from a dog. Or something.
Lubricate.
All right. Well, I think you're trying to guess the answer, Kelana, which is great. So yeah, unleash is to like you let loose of something, right? Melissa, you have your thoughts? What's your opinion?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. So
Answer as in the lubricate, or are you guys talking about unleash?
unleash is like, for example, I don't know what to say about it, but I know what it means.
Do you have a
I
dog?
don't know how to exactly explain it.
Melissa, do you have a dog?
Yeah,
Do you leash your dog?
yeah,
What happens if you unleash your dog?
it gets unleashed.
It gets what? What does that mean? Like unleash means
Free.
yeah, freed, right? Does that mean grease? Nah, probably not, right? Abuse, a terrible thing, right? That's not grease, right? So even if you do process elimination, probably lubricate, right? I think Kelana answered this one correctly. Lubricate. Yay! So we donated 180 grains of rice so far. But
Yay.
anyway, this is a good site. So whenever you have free time and you want to maybe practice your vocabulary, I suggest you going to this site and trying this out, because while you're learning, you're also doing good thing for the world. So this is through UN, the United Nations, the big place we talked about last week, right? All these countries, like over 190 countries, being part of this United Nations, and this is again through UN World Food Program, and every time you answer this, so far 31 million grains of rice have been donated, so which is awesome. So again, let me put this into the chat box once more, just in case those of you who joined us late might not have the link. So I just put into link again. So feel free to do this. I'll send this out by email as well to parents. Just try it out. We're doing good thing, right? And you're learning at the same time. So I think that's a good combination. All right. So how is everyone doing today? Awesome. Thumbs up or down? What do you say? Good? Everyone's good?
Doing really good today.
All right, that's awesome.
Tony, is that you?
I miss having you all. Yeah, it's been like a week, but it feels like much longer than that. I miss like having your energy and your willingness to do something for the world. So well, I know again, like it's probably your Friday night or Friday afternoon or your Saturday morning, and I really do welcome everybody here to spend your valuable time to be with us to learn about what we could do for the world. All right, so what we are going to do today, well, it's a couple of things. So you know what, let's go to this side. You know what, let me just, instead of that, I'll start just through here. Why don't I start through here? So today, welcome everyone again. I don't know if we're missing some students. We might be missing some students, but we'll see. So today's session is all about design thinking. Does anyone know what design thinking means? Anyone?
You're thinking about designs?
Yeah, something to do with design, yes. Anyone else? Anyone else like, what is design thinking? Anyone? No? All right, well, that's what we're here, right? We're here to
What was
learn.
the question?
What is design thinking? That was the question.
Uh,
Well, like you design something in your brain probably, and
Yeah.
like to think about. Like you design like a picture of something in your brain, like thinking of the designs of it, and then you draw it down.
Oh,
Excuse me, Tony.
that's a good answer, Tony. Yeah, it's kind of similar. But yeah, we're designing with. Oh wait, hold on a second. Hajin, you have your hand up, so I just want to make sure. Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's what can I say? The step of building something.
Yeah, so both of you are actually correct. Yeah, we're designing something. We're looking steps to build something. Yes, that is actually very correct. Oh, by the way, if I'm on the screen, if you see me as looking somewhere else, I'm not. I'm actually looking at you. I have two screens. One side I have like the presentation, and the other side I have the videos of all of your faces. So if I'm looking this way, I'm actually looking at you. So just so you know, all right. So I'm not looking away. Just wanted to make sure you know that. Okay, so today these are the things that we are going to do, and by end of today, I hope that you are able to gain empathy. Does anyone know what empathy means? Vocabulary question. Lots of vocabulary. Jax, you have your hand up. What is empathy?
Empathy is when you feel sorry for somebody that has lost somebody or something.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good answer. You don't necessarily have to feel sorry for someone, but exactly what, like you said, Jax, it's actually being in someone else's shoes, right? You being in my shoes, right? My point of view, right? The world that I look at. So you're trying to understand me, how I look at the world, and so that's what you're doing. So that's what empathy is. So that's like the key thing for today for everyone. So if I say empathy many times, you now know what that means, right? Empathy means, being in someone else's shoes, right? Trying to understand the world or see the world from someone else's point of view. Okay, all right, so the next step, so we are going to talk about design thinking. And part of today, what we're going to do is we're going to go into like one-to-one sessions where you are going to interview each other and learn from each other. And you're going to have opportunity to do that. So again, to make more friends. So these all look complicated, right? But I just need to show what it is. But design thinking is a process of gaining empathy or understanding someone else so that you could build something awesome or for that person. Tony, you have a hand up. You're muted.
Is Dylan Choi here? Because I'd like to interview him.
Dylan is not here yet. I hope he makes it here soon. He should be coming here soon, I think.
Oh, excuse me, Tony. Change your name to Anthony Lee. It's still Claudia Lee.
Yeah, Tony.
Oh, hey, Mom,
your
can you
name.
do that?
All right, that's a good point. All right, everyone. All right, so next point we are going to go. So I'm not gonna go through all of these things, but we are going to talk about what's called design thinking. By the end of today, you are going to understand what design thinking means, which is very, very
Oh,
important.
I changed it already.
So does anyone know what ripple stands for? Like what ripple is? Have you thrown like a stone into like a pond? Melissa, you have your hand up. What is
A
ripple?
ripple's like, for example, if you're fishing, you'll see a ripple of water if a fish is on your thing.
Yeah, especially when like fish, like there's a hook, right? And then let's say fish latches onto the hook and then starts pulling, you'll see lots of ripples. Yes. Let me see who else. Yeah, Paloma, you have your hand up. What is ripple?
A ripple is when like one thing leads into like another thing and that leads into like another thing. Like if you drop a stone into a water, like a little circle will come and then a circle around that and a circle around that and a circle around that until it calms down.
Good explanation, Paloma.
Yeah, that's a perfect answer. Tony, we'll get back. Yeah, you have your hand up and Hajin after that. Hold on, Tony first. Yeah.
Well, when I explain a ripple, it's just like, say you put your foot in the water and you keep seeing it go on. It'll go, It
Go
basically
on.
is a chain reaction.
Yeah, chain reaction.
Makes
Good
more and
answer.
more.
Yep, good answer. Hajin.
It's a slow wave kind of
Yep.
thing that happens in water, but it actually happens in other places too. But the only place we could see it happen is water.
Yeah, you might be able to see in other places, and that's what we're going to talk about. But yeah, you're all, everyone who said something here, you're all correct. So the ripple effect is when you're at the center, right? We're talking about, well, you might think, could I actually change the world? And you might think, you know what, we can't do that. Like, we're like young little kids, we can't really change the world. What I'm saying is that you can change the world, right? And that's where the ripple effect comes in here. So your actions in the middle right here. So if you, every time you recycle, every time you turn off water while you're brushing your teeth, every time you conserve water while you're showering, every time you choose to walk instead of riding a car, like those things add up, right? There's a ripple effect. So you start in the middle here, but that impacts your community, and then that impacts your country, and then at the end, it impacts all of us, everyone in the world. And again, we are logging in from different parts of the world today, and it's going to impact everyone. I'm going to show you the future city that you guys all came up with, which was awesome. Towards the end, because I think some of us have to leave a little bit early. So I want to get through our session a little bit quicker and get to your homework or your assignment at the end. Okay, so today, this is what we are going to do. So first of all, let's try this. All right, can these objects be reused, regifted, recycled, repaired, repurposed, biodegraded? So I'm going to ask you, we're going to do a quick activity. Can you bring me something, right? Any part of your house that could be reused? You could go out and run and grab something. Find something that could be reused. Yeah, I'll give you like 30 seconds. All right, we're gonna do this like pretty quickly. So 30 seconds. Bring something that could be reused. And then we can talk about it. All right, 30 seconds. All right, hold on one sec. All right, so I think all of you have different things. So I see plastic bottles a lot. I see a cardboard box. I see some kind of plastic bottle, a spray. Joseph, I don't know what you have. Oh, mug cup. Okay. Diallo, you have glass. Straw, I see straw. Many different things here that you guys brought. Let's see. Okay, so could these all be reused?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think.
but what do you need to do to?
Yes.
What do you need to do in order to reuse these things? Yeah,
You-
Tony.
Well, you could either go to the recycling place or use them yourself, like the store stuff. Which this box, it could be useful.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you gotta recycle these things, right? In order for it to be reused, all right? You can't just like throw them away. All right. Let's see, regifted, recycled. All right, just bring something quick that could be recycled around you in the house. Claire, what are you holding? Oh, you're muted, by the way.
It's I don't like a plastic thingy.
Oh, plastic container. All right, that's fine. All right, Claire, that's great. All right, so bring me. Did you guys bring something that could be recycled? Paper. I see. Hajin, what are you holding? A wrapper? Yeah, a wrapper. I see. Yeah, like plastic. Jax, you're holding up some sort of plastic bag. Recycle. I'm sorry. Lots of you are holding your plastic bottles, water bottles. Plastic. Lots of plastic here, right? And should plastic be recycled? Why? the key question here at the very end, is it biodegradable? Do you know how long it takes to biodegrade the plastics? Well, Paloma, I think, oh, sorry, I saw your, go ahead.
We have to recycle plastic because it won't break down easily
Yeah, exactly.
or
That's correct.
biodegrade.
Yeah, Dongbin, you have your hand up. Go ahead.
One
Oh,
thing is straight.
sorry.
If we don't recycle the plastic, there
Yeah,
are a lot of careless people in the world. And if you didn't have to, they just throw it outside. And that would make less healthy foods grow. Such
exact-
as in my video I made in my future city, but you can see that later.
yeah, we'll see. We'll check that out at the end of the class. Yes, Dongbin, your turn. You had your hand up.
We should recycle plastic because plastic takes almost 500 years, I think, to get dissolved into the soil.
Wow, great. You've done your research, you know your things, Dongbin. So yeah, the key thing is every single plastic that has been made has not fully decomposed yet. So they're somewhere in the planet somewhere, right? Every single one of the plastics that ever has been created, because this is like a new technology, right? And I think it's been less than 100 years. So like Tongbi said, if it takes 500 years for it to dissolve completely, every single plastic that has been made still is you know on the planet. Emily, you have a question or you have answer? Go ahead.
Actually, if you don't clean the plastic and recycle it, then all the plastic with it, like people are trying to make plastic into like clothes and shoes, but like now, if you don't clean the plastic and recycle it, all the plastic with it, like it can't get reused.
Yeah, that is you know absolutely correct. All right, so yeah, thank you for that, Emily. Tony, go ahead.
I found another thing that could be recycled for an important cause. This sock. Why? Because it could be rotting on your porch.
Okay. All right. All right. That's all right. Sorry. All right. All right, Tony. Oh, sorry about that. Let me go back to the slide. So yeah, all the things that you see here could be kind of recycled, even your computers or your you know, laptops or phones that are like used, they need to be recycled. You need to put them away. You don't throw them away in trash can. One thing that your phones or laptops or computers have, typically laptops or phones, they have batteries, right? They need like a special care when you recycle them, and so so you can't just throw them away. Hajin, go ahead.
There was like one thing that called trade in. They trade in like old phones in the like seller market or something. And then I mean you can pay less money to buy the new phone or something. I heard of something like that.
Yeah, there's a recycle program. Oh, sorry. There is a recycle program for like these used cell phones and laptops. Yeah, so for now, let's talk, think about like how you could reuse, repair, or repurpose an object for the well-being of people in your community. So all right, so now going back to the global goals. You guys all remember the global goals? Kind of, more or less. All right, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, we'll just say SDGs, and then I think most of you did the videos and then your city, which was awesome. We'll talk about that at the end. But we are going to talk about circular economy here for a second. So let me actually show you what that means. Okay, let me just do this. Could you hear the sound?
I think the sound is not shared.
It's not playing?
It's
Yeah, I
not.
can't hear it on my end.
All right, so let me try that again. Share my screen, desktop. Oh, share sound. Okay, that's why I didn't do that. 1 second. All right, so let me know if you can hear the, just give me thumbs up if you can hear the sound. You hear it? Okay.
We live in a world with finite materials.
We are throwing an awful lot of electronics,
Plastic food, carpets,
Clothing.
away. It's a waste of precious materials.
If we could build an economy that would use things rather than use them up, we could build a future that really could work in the long term.
You design the product in a way that
Can be taken apart. Once the consumer has finished using them,
you remanufacture it and give it out again. You can reduce your production costs hugely if applied correctly.
Instead of garments ending up in landfill.
companies can repurpose it, reuse it, making profit out of their waste.
we take some resources from nature and bring it back in the form of nutrients.
It's very much a natural cycle.
We use 70% less water than conventional agricultural methods. Our packaging is not a waste, it's something that you can consume and eat.
We redesign everyday products to make them fully recyclable.
We farm as close to nature as is possible.
The H&M Group has set ambitious targets to use 100% sustainably sourced materials. There is a lot of conversation about not buying clothes, but different models where you can rent clothing.
We develop fully modular headphones that we offer on a subscription basis.
The circular economy itself is inevitable in my view.
It's not one fix, it's about the entire system being redesigned.
This is, to me, the only way to fight climate change, to fight pollution, to fight waste.
This is a business model that stacks up.
Global companies cannot survive in the future without transitioning towards a circular economy. That is a really exciting future.
All right, so hopefully that was like a cool, like, good introductory video. So do you guys understand what circular economy means? More or less? Can someone like summarize it for me? What is circular economy? Paloma, I see your hand up.
It's basically like a cycle. So someone uses something up, and then they can use it again. If they turn it into something else and they can use it again.
Yeah, I think you're saying the right thing, but give me one second. I think I'm having audio issue. Can you say that one more time, Paloma? Sorry.
So basically, like, it's like a cycle. So like,
yeah, exactly. And that's what we need to do. Tony, you have your hand up. Yeah. So everything could go in a circle, right? We could reuse some of these things, reuse it again, and so that's what circular economy is. And so that's what we're going to focus on today. Give me one second. I'm just having like really bad audio issues. Can everyone hear me? Okay, all right, awesome. All right, so what we are going to do today is we are going to do something called personas. Can you hear what? Do you know what personas mean? All right, Paloma, you have your hand up again. Oh, wait, people in Spanish? Oh, okay. I don't know if, yeah, sorry, I don't know the answer to that, but so for our purpose, like persona is a little bit different. Anyone else? So persona is if you are, let me see. If you're designing a product for someone, right? And you really want to know that person that you're designing for. Oh, you know what? Give me one second. I'm hearing echo, so I'm going to just mute some of you. Okay, I'm going to mute some of you because I'm hearing echoes. Okay, so let me just mute people around. Okay. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to interview each other. And what you're going to do is you're going to learn from each other and understand what's called personas. And so if your parents or guardians have printed this, great. If not, that's also fine too. What you are going to do is you are going to interview someone else. And what we are going to really think about is designing solution to your friend, right? Probably your friend who's somewhere else in the world. Okay, so you need to really interview the person to ask these questions. Okay, what does he or she like to do? Where does he or she live? What does he or she do? Or what do they like to do? Some fun facts, right? What do they for fun or anything interesting? What does he or she hope, right? Connecting that to the problem. What does he or she struggle with, right? As you think about this, think about climate action. Tony. Yeah, what we're going to do is we are going to interview, everybody's going to do the interviews, okay? So we're going to take about 20 minutes and we are going to interview each other. Any questions on this? So if you haven't gotten it, if your parents again have printed out the form or the sheet, please like print it out. Otherwise, you could also draw this. Oops, sorry about that. You could draw like this, right? My home, I hope that, I struggle with, things I do, I like to do, fun facts about me, diary, calendar. But this is about your partner that you're interviewing, not you. So this is like your home. I hope you that you struggle with things you do, you like to do, fun facts about you, things like that. Is that pretty cool? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign breakout rooms, and then Joseph and Diallo, like I'm going to have my teacher assistants just hop into different rooms to make sure everything's going smoothly, and I'll hop in some rooms as well. Tony, do you have a question? Yeah. Yeah, if you just started, then fine. You could just stop right there. Yeah, that's fine. So you are gonna do this for someone else you're interviewing. So this is like an example that you could see right here, right? So you could look at like just do interviews, right? Just ask your friend or someone who's with you these questions. Okay? Everyone clear? Everyone knows what to do? Like thumbs up if you're good. Yeah, questions. Go ahead. You're interviewing each other. You need to interview each other. so make sure you do, right? So all right, I'm going to create our breakdown. So just give me a couple minutes. So in the meantime, if you need to get the paper or just even get a blank piece of paper, if you don't have a printout, just grab a blank piece of paper and you can sort of draw this too. So I'll leave this like up on the screen so you could look at what it looks like. In the meantime, let me create rooms. Second, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Daniel, you're there, right? All right, so I'm going to assign some people. second. And let's see. And- All right, I'm just assigning breakout. So again, in the meantime, think about the questions you're going to ask, and keep in mind you have to ask questions related to some kind of climate action, right? Are you recycling? How many minutes are you taking to brush your teeth? How often you shower? How often you throw away? I mean, like, do you what do you do with like food, leftover food? Do you do food composting? Like, so ask those type of questions. Okay, so let me just continue to pair everybody. Nice. Okay. One second, almost done. Oh, Diallo, may I ask you for a favor? Could you just be in one of the rooms and just do the interview with the student? Because we have a odd number of people. So I want the student to be interviewing you, if that's okay with you. All right, sounds good. Thank you, Diallo. All right, everyone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a breakout room. You have 20 minutes. So look at your clock. Maybe so about 50 minutes after, or 10 minutes before the hour. Let's try to stop. So let's try to do this about in 15 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to put this into the chat box. So you could use this as a reference. No, this is going to be like randomly. So you are likely going to be with someone in a different country. So just so you know, all right? All right, so I put in the chat box some of the questions that you could ask. Okay, so please interview each other for about 15 minutes. Okay, and you're writing things down. Any questions? Okay, I'm sending you to breakout rooms. And Joseph, if you could just hop around and make sure everything's going well, that'd be great. All right, so I send everybody, yeah, to breakout rooms. So go to your breakout rooms. Oh, did I lose? Hey, Joseph, thank you again. And let me pause recording. Pause recording. Let me actually just resume. It's great to see everybody back. Did you get a chance to interview each other?
Yes.
Okay, so what we are going to do is, what is the one word that I said in the beginning that we really need to know? Starts with the
Design
E.
thinking.
Well, design thinking is one, but this
Empathy.
word, empathy. Oh, great job, Daniel. Yeah, empathy. What is empathy? Can someone tell me what empathy is other than Daniel? Because I think you know. Empathy. Paloma, you have your hand up. Go ahead.
It's like, I don't know, like, it's like kind of hard to explain, cause yeah, but basically like empathy is when somebody like something's happened to someone, or they're like sad or something, and you like are nice to them because like I know it's hard.
Yeah, I mean, you're onto it. You don't necessarily have to be sad. You could also be happy and have empathy as well. But the key thing is, anyone else want to respond? Empathy, empathy. We're doing lots of vocabulary here today. I mean, you want to? Jax, you have your hand up.
When you either feel happy for somebody or you feel the same emotion that they're feeling, except not for you, for the other person. So, for example, I can show empathy by being happy that you won the lottery.
Great example. Oh, great job, Jax. Yeah, you're trying to be, again, like what I said, was trying to be in someone else's shoes, right? You're wearing my shoes. You're looking at from my point of view, trying to understand my world to get to understand me better. So when I'm happy, when I'm sad, you know why I'm sad or why I'm happy. So yes, that's what empathy is. And that's what we're trying to do here. What you just did. Let me just give you one example. What is, so can someone in Korea tell me, what do you recycle? When you break down your recycle, what do you have to recycle? What do you have to separate?
What do you have to?
Yeah, Hajin, can you tell me or tell the class?
You don't actually put it in the blue bin where everything gets recycled. You have to put cardboard in the cardboard, plastic in the plastic, paper in the paper, or like other like places. Like we all have to divide stuff. So
yeah, a lot more meticulously. Yes, very correct. Claire, did you have your hand up? Claire, I don't know if I missed you, but did you have your hand up?
Yes, she did. I recycle clothes and cans and paper, cardboard and glass and stuff.
Yeah, you're right. You even have to recycle glass separately. So in Korea, you actually have to separate out glass, plastic, cardboard, like plastic, food actually too. You actually have to separate out all of these things. Those of you who are in US, how do we recycle? Can someone tell me who's in US? If Paloma, you have your hand up. Or actually, sorry, Paloma and then Tony.
You can just mix everything and put it in a green bin.
Yeah, or blue, like, right?
Or
yeah.
blue.
Yeah.
And
Tony,
then with
sorry,
food
yeah.
and other things that aren't recyclable, you just put it in the trash can.
But the food, is actually you could put in a
well, not food. I meant like other things. Well, we compost, but some people don't.
Right.
They just throw it in the trash.
Right. And so, right, exactly. Thank you, Paloma. And then Tony, do you want to add to that?
Yes. Well, in Pine Top, at our recycling place, you really do have to separate like cardboard stuff, plastic stuff, and stuff like that.
Yeah, some places make you separate glass to cardboard to plastic and things like that. Yes. What about Panama? We have a couple of students from Panama. I think Jackson, Chloe are from Panama. Well, how do you recycle in Panama?
Usually we would just have a bag in our house and put all the things that we need to recycle in that bag, or we would just use the things that we need to recycle again. So for example, if you finish a bottle of cranberry juice, we would just fill it up with water. So then we won't have to, just in case there's no more water, then we can use that.
Okay. All right. So yeah, again, Tony, you want to add something?
In Pine Top, we kind of do the same thing. We have water bottles in the house, right, Mom?
Yeah. Melissa, you have your hand. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Tony.
Oh, and also like, when are we going to do our like future cities?
Oh, we are going to do that right after a short break. So 1 second. I think Melissa, did you have your hand up? And then Paloma after that.
Here we try to like reuse water bottles too.
Yeah, water bottles, right. And water bottles are made out of what? typically?
Plastic.
Yeah, plastic. Yes. Paloma, your hand up.
We actually some things like cans and plastic bottles, we can take it somewhere and we get money for them.
Yeah. That's another thing too. Yes, that's very correct. So again, the reason why we interview each other and get to know each other is because every country or every city, they're all different. They have different rules. They have different policies or laws in regards to even recycling. And that is why we interviewed each other from someone from different country, so that you understand, you at least try to understand, like, again, gain empathy, understand like their day-to-day use, right? Right. So that was the reason for the exercise. All right, so everyone did great. What we're gonna do is we're just take, I don't know, we don't have a lot of time, so maybe like a 3-minute break. Just stay away from the screen. Let's take 3-minute break, and then once we come back, we'll like share some of the things that we created. The wonderful cities that you have created. You're going to present those things, and then the videos. So let's take like a 3-minute break. Okay, everyone. All right. Let's take a short break.
Usually just electric cars, and then yeah.
Ooh, I liked yours, Mama.
Yeah, it's quite beautiful. Yeah, sorry, someone just thanks for letting me know. I wasn't recording part of this. Beautiful presentations that you guys are all doing. So that's graphically, I think that's great. I will probably want to live in the city. So thank you for sharing that. Paloma. Next, Hajin, you want to share yours?
So there used to be more like trees around and grasses, but I couldn't find a good picture with that. So reminder for you who is seeing this. So in my city, everything is within 6 minutes walk, because if like so when we so like when we're hurt or something and less people are around to help you, you can actually help yourself go to hospitals and any important urgent times. And then there's this fast transportation tunnels around to actually make clean gas. I mean clean what should I say? Clean energy, and I have solar panels to use renewable energies.
Great. Oh, so what type of it's clear. I'll answer your question in 1 second. I see your hand up now. Haji, what type of fast transportation is there? What technology would you be using to move things across there? That's renewable.
Do you know do you know invention called hyperloop tube?
Is that the Elon Musk invention?
Yeah.
What is that all about?
So like it's like a car, but it's in a tube that is connected to every part of the city, so that like once you move through the tube, you know where it's gonna go to, and then the transportation could be fast, super fast inside, but you can't have like you don't have dizziness inside.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what technology uses, but I'm sure it's like something to do with either magnet or vacuum, like something moving in a vacuum. It's faster,
Vacuum.
right? Because there's no friction, so it's much. You guys all know what friction means, right? You guys.
I'd use magnets.
Magnets, friction. Okay, so great. You guys are doing your sciences. That's awesome. So yeah, so faster movement, hospitals, or I guess also schools, like within 6 minutes. Those things are all great. I think the Neom city was trying to do that, right? Everything within the 15 minutes. Your grocery shopping to hospital to school, all within 15 minutes. I think that's what that city was trying to do. But for you, you're more ambitious, like 6 minutes walking, which is Good. You in your city, you get to walk. Daniel, are you here? Daniel, yeah, you want to talk about your Roblox virtual world city?
Everyone says that there is a city where people live in,
Mhm.
but I will make people live in a virtual world where people can have everything they want and live up to their fulfillment. So in the virtual world, we could do everything we want, like lift objects or do telekinesis. So I think it's kind of heaven for people. So I think is there each virtual world. So I think it's the best possible thing for me.
So you're thinking about something like metaverse, but then with like a real physical control that you could control metaverse. Okay, that's like thinking beyond what's already in the market here. So yeah,
They already invented virtual reality, so your idea is going to be more possible.
yeah. So it's virtual reality, and on top of that, there's like you could actually telekinesis. I think is what you said. You could control, like literally control objects through your brain power, which I think is quite interesting topic. All right, thanks for sharing, Daniel. I think that's it in terms of the videos. Did I miss anyone here? Those who have submitted, have I missed anyone? Oh, Claire, you had your hand up for the long time. Sorry. Do you have a question or you want to say something? You're muted, or you're muted, Claire.
I have something to add to my city.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yeah.
This is just my imagination.
Yeah.
But people are going to have a bubble that they can breathe in, made of seafoam, because seafoam is, I mean, it's good to have seafoam, but if there's too many, it can disrupt the ecosystem.
Okay. So like a bubble. That's that's why you did the bubble here. Okay, bubble and jetpack. So within the bubble, it's breathable, right? It has oxygen and you can breathe.
Yes.
Good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Because not, I don't want to put all the gear on and snorkel, like even snorkeling is hard. Like scuba diving is, I think, harder. So all right, that's a great idea. So again, thank you to everyone who shared. I know, like, again, we're like over time. And so you guys have access to this. Before we go, does anyone want to show like their own thing? Because you can feel free to go here and look at everybody else's, which I think was really cool. But does anyone want to show what you have created? Any volunteer to show to the class? Tony, you already showed yours in your video, right? The Yoshi. Anyone else want to? Everyone, you want to share yours? Okay. All right. So then here's Aragorn. So it's just again taking a look at what you guys have created. So here.
Hello, my name is Aragorn, and I'm going to talk about SDG 13, climate change. Did you know that only 32% of Americans recycle? On average, every American produces 1,609 pounds of garbage every year. On the global level, we produce more than 2 billion tons of waste every year. That is about the weight as 1 billion elephants. So let's recycle.
And I'm recycling plastic, cardboard. This is good for the environment because if you keep throwing this away, you could make new things out of this, and it doesn't go in a waste or a dump. This is electricity. This is good because this is a Tesla, an electric car. Electric cars are better for the environment because they don't use gas, and gas pollutes
The air.
All right, I think that's it. What did you guys think about Aragorn's video? Pretty interesting. Yep. All right. Anyone else want to share? Yeah, thank you for that, Aragorn. Anyone else want to share? Again, feel free to. Maybe I'll show some of these things beginning of next class as we wait or do break. But yeah, you guys made awesome videos. I actually saw every single one of them, and they were great. And so please take a look at your, what your class is. Oh, Claire, you have your hand up.
Aragon's video was good because he did not just say it, but he put it into action.
Yeah, that's a great point, Claire. Yeah, so all right, so everybody, just before we go, just let me ask you this question again. There are two ways for you to get involved in changing the world, right? That's what we're trying to do, right? What are those two? Do you remember the two ways we could do that? This is what you did here is one way. What are those two ways? You're doing one next week, you just did one for this week. Starts with the C, the word C. What could you do? What are two ways you could really, as kids of these, of the planet, right? Of the beautiful earth that we live in. Two ways to do it. One is C, and which you just did here. Anyone know? C-A-M, still don't know? Ellie.
Cane?
No, but starts with C-A-M. What are we doing? Let's do this. Let's do this.
Climate change? Campaign?
Yeah, campaign. Yeah, climate change is climate change, but we're doing campaigning, right? So campaign is one way. We are campaigning to change the world through our actions and our videos. That's what we're doing. We're letting everybody know about these issues, SDGs. We're letting people know about the actions that we're taking. Like it might be a little, but again, like we did like little grains, right? These things add up, right? We save water when we're brushing teeth. We're when we are turning off shower as we are putting our soap on in shower, like that, those things, little things save a lot of, helps the earth, right? So campaign is one. What was the second way that we're trying to do for next week? Second way. Starts with I. A word that starts with I. Jasper.
Interrogation?
Interrogation. You're doing that. I think you're doing that as part of what we're doing. We're doing empathy, and then you're not necessarily interrogating, but you're researching, right? But what's the goal of researching or integration, or what are we trying to do? We want to start with I.
Get information.
Get information to do what?
Improvise.
Improvise. Sure, it's kind of like that, but what else? Well, today's like heavy with vocabulary. So Joseph or Diallo, any guess from you guys? Starts with I. Well, let's give Tony a shot. Yeah, Tony.
To imagine a new world?
Yes, but what are we doing to get there? So starts with the word I. Again, campaign is one. Oh, Claire.
Influence.
You are trying to influence, but that's more campaign, right? You're trying to influence everyone else's actions, right? Which is campaign.
What's the second letter in it?
N.
Inform.
Improvise.
No.
How about the third letter?
Okay, there are two different ways you could say this, but one
Invent?
would be, oh yeah, that's one way. Yes, invent. Yes, invent/innovate, right? We could innovate new solutions, or we could invent new solutions. I showed you like example of Seabin to those like water capsule that's made out of seaweed. Those are things that we could invent. We could innovate to create these things. So those are two ways. And so you already did the first way, which is campaign. Letting people know about this thing is powerful. And then the second thing is you could try to come up with solutions. So that's what you're doing. So is everyone clear what to do for next week? You're trying to invent or innovate or trying to come up with something for your friend who you interviewed, and trying to come up with, help him or her, whoever you interviewed, to come up with better ways to, tackle climate change, right? Climate action is what we're trying to do. Is that clear, everybody? Yes, thumbs up, yeah. Okay, so I will share that these worksheet with your parents, and on this slide here, with this slide right here, which I'm going to share, you are going to just share this page right here that you see, conceptualize your idea, and you're going to take a photo of it or draw it out, and then you're just going to put your name at the top here and then put your image here. So that is due next Saturday. I'm sorry, next Saturday or Friday, depending where you are in the world. Melissa.
How do we actually do it?
And there's like a step-by-step description of here, which also I'm going to share. So you are going to start with activity 2, because you did activity 1. You guys did this, right? Everyone did this today, right? Which is you filled out this persona of your friend. So next one is activity 2. You are going to ask around this question, right? What do you think we could design with reused and repurposed materials to make your life better? Right? So you're going to ask this question, ask around. You're going to try to fill like this sheet of paper, like everybody others have done here, right? You could ask questions and fill this out. What's reused? What's repurposed? What's repaired? Right? And then after that, you're going to try to come up with ideas. We share this, right? 10 different pictures that you could draw to show, okay, what could I do? What could we do? And here are some examples here that you could look at. You could cut out pictures from magazines, newspapers, or anything else, not textbooks, or just draw them out. And then you are going to think about your design. How am I going to design? So think about what the design looks like. Is it new, right? Is it something, does it answer or help provide solution to my friend? And then at the very last is the 5 part, which is you're coming up with your idea, and you're going to sketch out your idea. And then you're going to present that and talk about this with your friend next week. Okay? Everyone clear? If you just give me thumbs up if everyone's good. All right, yeah, I know we went a lot over time today. I'm so sorry. I know it's like Friday night and Saturday morning for a lot of you. So thank you so much for your time today, and I was really happy to have you here. Before we go, does anyone have anything to say or any questions? Anyone? No? All right, sounds good. So everyone,
I liked making my favorite part about this meeting was making a new friend. I believe it was Claire.
Yeah.
And even though she's across the world, we're still friends.
Yeah, we're halfway around the world for a lot of you. So yeah, before we go, does anyone just quickly, what's good for you today? What did you like about today's session? Just unmute and say something before we go. Yeah, Dongbin.
Interviewing friends was fun.
Yeah, getting to meet someone who you would never meet otherwise, right? Halfway around the world. Awesome. Thank you, Dongbin. Hajin, I see you next, and then Claire, and then Jax.
Meeting other people, just actually, as you told us, half around the world and knowing a lot about them.
Yeah, that's great. And that's what we want to do. We want to design for people, everybody in the world. And so that's what we need to do. Empathy. Great. Claire.
I liked interviewing my friend, and I was surprised because even though we're very apart in a different country, we can like the same thing.
Great. That's awesome. Awesome. Great. Thank you, Claire. And then Jax, finally.
Thanks, Claire.
Jax, you want to go? Thanks, Tony.
My favorite part about this lesson was getting to see everybody's presentations and giving me new ideas of what I can do.
Awesome. Yeah, that is awesome. Anyone else? Last words? Last chance? Everyone's good? Okay. Oh, Melissa, you want to say something? Go ahead.
I think it was really fun when we interviewed each other.
Yeah, and I think I really want to do more. So next week we'll try to maybe talk to another friend too. You know, the whole part of this activity is also get to meet people from different parts of the world. And again, empathy is a key thing here, right? So don't forget that word. For this week, keyword you need to remember is empathy. And then play lots of the grain games. So let's try to donate a lot through your actions and also learn vocabulary at the same time, I guess. And then please work on your activity. And yeah, if you have any questions, just ask your parents or guardians to just message me. All right. All right. Again, we went like 30 minutes over. It's because I loved spending time with everybody here. So awesome. Great. Have a wonderful weekend. And thank you. And bye. Enjoy your day. And thank you, Diallo and Joseph. Thank you so much. All
Teacher,
right.
I reached
Bye.
1,000 rice.
All
I
right.
reached
that's-
1,279.
Wow, that's good. All right. All right. Take care, everyone. I will end the Zoom. So yeah, have a good night or have a good day. Bye, everyone.
Hi, good night.
Bye.
Bye, Palma. Good night.